Hey Leo, this is your Capricorn season reading. All information to work with me one-on-one is below, as well as part 2 and the extended reading. Now, we're at a pinnacle part of your change that's been happening over the past 2 years or so. This change has been where the physical meets the spiritual. And I remember learning this month that the sun is older than the earth. So it's a theory anyway. So how do you tap into the whys, right? I know there are plenty of times where we want things to just remain the same. We all have, every sign has their comfortability, every person has their comfortability. And it's not that you can't be comfortable, it's what you're becoming comfortable with, what you're becoming uncomfortable with. What do I mean by that? Well, you find that what once may used to amuse you, entertain you, there's a certain taste that's changing for you. And you're also noticing where in your life, this pinnacle, where it extends to. It's a very high chance that you find in some of your emotional relationships, there's only so far you go, or vice versa. And you're wondering why? What is this? Why can't I have this? Or why can't I have that? Or what is it? Well, that's the change. That's the discomfort. Some of you either want to deepen certain aspects of your life. That doesn't always mean relationships. And others of you are looking for growth. And that's the same thing, depending. Sometimes that which you want to go deeper with makes you realize that, yeah, you can learn something, you can grow, but is it really adding to your life? That's the question. Only you can also answer that question. There's still this notion, though, that you need, regardless if you linger there, regardless if that's where you remain growing or not, you needed to know something. You needed to be aware of what has been presented to you. Because towards the middle of the month, you'll notice that this happened over and over again. That something similar to what I just said starts to transpire. Or you find people out. They're kind of telling on themselves to you. And you're kind of like, you don't really know what to do with this. And you can go back to a mode where you just run with it and you continue lighting things up left and right. Or you protect what you know and what you find out until you need to let it shine. Or realizing that if they're doing it to you, chances are they're going to do it to themselves. So unless you feel protective of these specific people, I want you to ask yourself why. Why is it that you feel so protective? What are these people, like, super close to you? Are they family? Like, you consider them family? Because if it's work, you need to really question that. If you're in business with someone, that's a different story because that's a whole ass relationship. You still have a relationship with people you work with, regardless if you're working with them and they're business partners, but it's more about if you're working for someone or people are working for you, there's a very high chance that, especially coming up, by the time this is out, you'll realize, because we would have already gone past the Cancer full moon, you'll realize that what is being revealed to you is things that you used to take and brush aside in the past. And for some reason, you're not doing that anymore, and you're realizing why you're not doing it, because you want a deepening. So Capricorns are in a very similar space. They want more depth. Yeah, they can go very high, they can go very quick, very fast, they can learn so much, but there's a deepening that's happening with them as well. And for you, that correlates, not with everyone completely, but there's something that you're realizing that there's a kinship there. And there could be a Pisces or a Virgo in your life that this does develop with. Or this could just be you seeing very clearly, or you asking. It's just sometimes so there's so much going on in the spiritual community, and I totally understand, and there's the relevance to some of it, but some of it's fucking bullshit, and I gotta be honest with you. So what you can ask yourself too is for you to be revealed to this. Ask the moon. Ask the full moon. It's shining so brightly, it's waiting to reveal it. Let's do this. And so the sun's just I'm always doing it. You get it, but then you get tired, go to sleep. You don't want to be bothered. Totally get it. The moon's always kind of out somewhere, just waiting. And so there's a certain part where you finally get to see, it's finally your time to see. You can also ask, hey, can you reveal this to me? You can ask through dreams. It's a great time to ask through dreams. Or find your way of asking this, allow this to be revealed to me. And sometimes when I do that, I'll be thinking about something, pondering something, and I do a lot. So sometimes I don't even realize I'm doing it. Then all of a sudden someone will say something not into any context of what I was asking, or it will just be random to them. Maybe they won't get why I'm so hyped by it or why I take it so seriously. It's because when that happens and you kind of just let go, there's a way of life bringing you the answers or what it is that you need along the way. So I would even start small this month, and if you want some homework or some practices, to write down certain things or think about certain things and that you're wanting, even small, or desiring, and then just letting it go. Not over, you're not someone to overdo this anyway, but not overbeating it with why do I need this or why won't this happen? It's more of just, or finding yourself in a very beautiful, intimate conversation even. And what you see and what you can gather from this is that what you've been protecting doesn't protect you really. And it's the hard things we have to be confronted with this month. And if you're not privy to it, or you don't really like that, then this month can be really hard for you, because have you never met a Capricorn that's blunt? Whether they're being a dick or not. Have you ever met a Capricorn that doesn't just even if they're stone cold, they have some facial expressions, they might say something. It really depends on the context with them. So it's you're being given your own secret. Someone may find out about what you're going through, but this is really just for you to maybe take the time to, maybe meditate more, do things that get you into that subconscious state and realize that, yeah, it's all connected. That, yeah, maybe you ask yourself, whatever the physical thing is, can you connect me to the spiritual? However it is that you ask or pray, whatever it is. And you'd be surprised at how quickly certain things are revealed to you. Especially by the middle of the month. I don't think it's going to take more than like a week. By the time this comes out, you'll probably know what I'm saying. So that's why we're going to go, when we get into the second part, we'll get more in depth in it. But you'll realize that there's so much that is hidden. And when you're not in your observation mode and you're kind of just really in your own world, or realizing what used to be no longer is, and that's changing, and what, you know, your taste is changing in certain ways, and just let it guide you. Make it like an art, you know, make it fun for you, because if you don't, it's not gonna be that fun. There's bright spots, of course, but this is up to you. You know, no one else can do this for you. There's people that along the way will give you tidbits, but I don't know, sometimes it hits harder from other people, but right now it's about even what you reveal to yourself. It's so interesting. And it's finding this, you know, the Lover's High Priestess, both Gemini-ish cards, also spiritual cards. You know, tapping into what you already know, what the higher power knows that you don't, that they've always known. Don't be afraid of it. Don't just dip in and out either. That's also what this is about, not dipping in and out. You're not protecting yourself from anything. The protection is in there. That's where it is. You know, if you don't have your grandmother, your mother, your father, or anyone in your life praying for you, you need, and of course want those people to be doing it for you, right? A lot of times we can't get the help we want until we ask for it from these realms, so you need to ask for it now. Even ask for protection. Be guided. Maybe you go off and do something different and speak to it differently, and it's a different rendition of what I'm telling you. But that's what's really going to bring you to the depth this month, to the deepening. Not the depth really, but the deepening this month. And from the Page of Cups to the King of Cups at the end, you feel different by the end of the month. There's something that you feel so much more secure about. Come Aquarius season, what a great time, because you don't want to be overthinking about that shit. You'll just be depressed, which is okay. But it's in the sign opposite from you, so you kind of want to be prepared for whatever the sun's going to bring, you know? We're just going to stop there for now. We'll get more into these conversations with the Gemini, with the Virgo, with the Cancer, with the Moon, with yourself, what's being protected, what you can't control, all of that good stuff in the second part, which will be in the link below. All information, work with me there, one-on-one is there as well. And we'll see you next month, Leo.